Hey, IronPigs fans, Mike Ventola with you as we are continuing to talk to many folks throughout the Lehigh Valley. And selfishly here, I had to reach out to my good friend Bree Nidds from Discover Lehigh Valley. She's the Vice President of Sales, and because Discover Lehigh Valley, they do so many great things for so many different entities throughout the Lehigh Valley. So Bree's got a lot on her plate, but glad she could join us. And Bree, first and foremost, thank you so much. And secondly, how have you been doing throughout this quarantine process?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me and reaching out. We've been staying busy, but I know you all have been staying super busy. I see a note from you. It seems like every day, every other day about all the things that the IronPigs are doing and really engaging with the community. So much appreciated on that front. But no, things are good on the quarantine side of things. I think we may have mentioned earlier on a side note with the weather, turning nice and we're able to get outside now. That's definitely a game changer and just the overall sentiment. But now our team at DLV has really been doing well on the remote side of things, and we've really been just monitoring the situation on when we can get opened up and how to best be an extension of our industry partners, our attractions, our restaurants, our hoteliers. And so IronPigs are definitely, one of those is summer activities. So, but overall, we're doing well. We're looking toward the future, and we know that, what we do at Discover Lehigh Valley is purely, in its simplest form, is we inspire experiences, and we can't wait to do that again at full capacity. And we have been doing that during the pandemic. It's looked a little different as a lot of entities have changed their way of engaging their audiences and us with our visitors. But no, we're staying busy, excited, and all good on that front.
Too, and I know as the state of Pennsylvania is starting to open things up here slowly, and, as we continue to go into the next phase and hopefully some other phases to follow after this one, because you work with so many different, businesses and entities, like you said, restaurants, places like, attractions like us, even the fandoms and things of that nature. How much have you and your team really just been thinking, all right, once stuff starts to open, we have a chance to really kind of get back to where we once were, how's that process been?
Yeah, and we haven't stopped. Sorry, now my phone's buzzing around, but we really haven't stopped with our promotion completely. I think what we've really worked to do is try to keep Lehigh Valley top of mind with folks in a very pragmatic way, without overselling it or doing something that's against, what the orders are. So throughout this process, we've really been delving back into our community and just instilling that regional pride that our residents have in the area. I always say that the residents of the Lehigh Valley are the best referral for a visitor. So Discover Lehigh Valley at the beginning of this quarantine and pandemic, our creative marketing team put out an activity pack. So it's basically the Lehigh Valley at home. And, it's everything from crossword puzzles to coloring books to, you name it, really trying to bring it home, if you will, that, we have all of these great tourism assets here in the valley and really reminding our own residents of those assets. And so that's what we've been doing as an ongoing process. Of course, our social media has been one of the best ways to engage our local constituents, as well as reach out externally to our visitor markets that we know will look to come back and visit with us. But as we continue to open up, as I mentioned, we're truly an extension of what our partners are doing, and we can't wait for the day that we slowly start welcoming people back into the valley. So we're monitoring that situation as we have been for weeks and a couple months now. And so we really are staying on the pulse of when things are opening back up and promoting it in the most effective and, again, pragmatic way.
For you, you're not from the Lehigh Valley originally, but, you've been here for some time, and, from you coming from down south and coming up here now and ingratiating yourself here within the Valley, throughout the time you've been here, what have you learned most about the Lehigh Valley, whether it's been through work or through personal ventures, whether it's something been most exciting or something that's helped you with your career? What have you taken from your experiences so far from being here in the Valley?
Yeah, there's been, even since I moved up here, I've been here a year now. And since I moved up here, there's been almost, I feel like, a shift in how the Lehigh Valley and the community, I guess it's always viewed itself this way, but we have a lot of large partnerships that have come together, be it Discover Lehigh Valley, the Lehigh Valley Economic Development Corporation, as well as the Greater Lehigh Valley Chambers. And the messaging that we've all come together to get behind is this made possible in Lehigh Valley. And as a newcomer into the Valley, this place is making my career possible, which I'm super grateful for. I was able to move up into this position of, not everyone knows what a salesperson does when it comes to destination marketing, but I really promote the destination for group business. So be it a meeting, a conference, a sporting event, bus tour business, festivals, anything that brings folks into groups. So I've really been able to grow my career in that way. But I think the Lehigh Valley is really, and it has been, but even more so now, it's become a place that cultivates talent, and talent is now willing and wants to be here. So when I moved up here, it's really interesting. I saw a lot of people who live here don't plan on moving away from here. They went to college here and they really like the place. And that, to me, if you have a resident and a young person saying that they like it here and they want to be here, then that's just a great sign for the destination as far as quality of life, but also for, visitation, because there's enough for people to do. There's enough diversity for people to get out and explore, and, take pride in what their home has. So it's, the talent piece has been awesome. The creativity in this community, and creativity, I want to give you all credit with the IronPigs. That's one of the top things I actually had prepared in my head. If Mike asked me what I like most about the IronPigs, it really is the creativity that you all put behind what you do. And so, yes, the player development and the gameplay and the entertainment value, is all a big piece of that creativity. So, when we look at, and now I'm just rambling about all the things I like about the Lehigh Valley, but, you look at what the arts community offers and the comedy scene here, and just really the creativity element I've been super impressed by here in the Valley.
Which is great to hear too, because I know for what we do with the IronPigs, as you mentioned, creativity is such a big part of what we do. Entertaining, I know there's the baseball aspect and the player development and our relationship with the Philadelphia Phillies, but folks come to minor league baseball games because they want to have a good time. So for you, you've been in the Valley for a year, and I know you've been to some IronPigs games, and you talk about the creativity, you talk about the entertainment. When you go to the ballpark there, when you talk about enjoying the experience, is there something specifically, whether it's, the pork racers, the t-shirt giveaways, all that fun stuff, if you can maybe even think back to the first time you walked into the ballpark, what was your initial reaction to Coca-Cola Park?
The community really wraps their arms around this team and the entertainment piece of it. So when I walked into the park, and unfortunately I was a little late to the game, but with that, every area, be it the beer garden or the concession stand, there was a line, there was an energy, and I love seeing that many people in one place to enjoy what you all have to offer there. I think maybe my game I had a standing ticket, and I'm like, what, a standing ticket? And there are people everywhere. But that pumped me up. I wasn't upset to stand. I actually gave me the freedom to walk around the park and explore a little more. But no, just the energy and definitely the community engagement that you have out there is something for you all to be proud of. So yeah, that's what I've enjoyed most.
All right, so some hard-hitting questions here. I mean, these are going to make you sweat. So when you go to a ball game, What's the go-to drink and what's the go-to food when you go watch a ball game?
Okay, let's see. We'll start with drink because normally I arrive thirsty, and we'll go. I keep it light though. I like it just a Michelob Ultra, and I know that you all, promote local drinks and all, but I got to go back to my Michelob Ultra. That's easy drinking. Oh goodness, and hot dog hands down. I don't even know why I thought that long about it, but I love a good hot dog. So yep, those are my tops.
I tell you, beer and hot dog, I feel like it's been the easiest answer for people. But you know what? I think beer and hot dog is so tied in with baseball that it's just like, if you say something else, it's kind of not the norm. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's nostalgic. Yeah, you're right.
So, with all the stuff that we've been talking about here, and, Bree, it's been great, getting a chance to talk to you in this forum, just one final question. And I know you talked about so much about bringing people here to the Valley and promoting so many different businesses and things of that nature. But if you truly were to throw out a true message or like a sales pitch to folks who would ever be on the fence, whether it be to stay or to, come in here and really help develop something and help make the Lehigh Valley even greater than what it already is, what would that message be? What would that sales pitch be for folks thinking that the Lehigh Valley can be, a future for themselves?
Yeah, the pitch that I like to use is you can preach it all day long and you can tell people about the Valley, you can show them pictures, you can show them videos, but until they step foot into the Valley and get to experience it themselves, they'll never truly know. They'll never be able to convert that messaging that you had into an actual experience. So our goal is, when I say inspiring experiences, I really mean getting these people into the Valley at least one time. That's all it takes. Show them a good experience, and then they'll be back. And again, I talk about referrals all the time. They will be your best referral when they leave the Valley, and they can talk about their experience. And I'm sure that's exactly what you promote at IronPigs and Coca-Cola Park. People like me, I had to get out to the park and experience the energy of it, and that's truly what we do as well. So if our messaging can really just trigger that one thing that makes people take the extra drive or hop on the plane and come to the Valley, then goodness, we're doing our job, because we know that they'll come back.
Bree, I know selfishly, I appreciate everything you do at Discover Lehigh Valley. And, it's been great getting a chance to get to know you throughout our time working with one another. But thank you so much to what you and Discover Lehigh Valley do. You guys are great advocates, not only for us, but for so many different businesses here throughout the Valley. Without you guys, we're all in trouble. So seriously, thank you for what you do. And thanks for hanging out with me and talking to me about what Discover Lehigh Valley does.
Absolutely. And our jobs are made possible by folks like you. So I greatly appreciate what you do for the destination. So thanks a lot, Mike.
Absolutely. IronPigs fans, that's Bree Nidds. Make sure you check her out at Discover Lehigh Valley. And you know who I am. Thanks so much for watching.